How does Jonathan think that he has the chance in 2027 election? He has the right to contest if the constitution allows him. There's no problem about that. But coming in to come and rubbish the legacy he has built when he was, president in 2011 and 2015, plus his 2 years with Yaradua, he will rubbish that legacy. At least today, people held him in high esteem. In fact, he is a global figure. He has been in different peace meetings, different ambassador for this and that across the globe. He should maintain that status quo. Otherwise, they will disgrace him and rubbish him that the little respect he has and the little legacy he has built, they will tarnish it completely. Which party is he going to? PDP. PDP is the one wooing him to come in, that they're going to give him ticket. PDP is not in the scheme of things when it comes to political parties. They have lost that relevance. They have lost that capacity. As I speak to you today, about 40 to 50% of PDP members are already in ADC. They are joining ADC already. Go and check the ADC. Who are the people in ADC? It's PDP members. It's majorly from PDP. They are the people forming the coalition in ADC. So how many people will now remain in the PDP itself? Even if it's PDP, the another question is, which faction of PDP? Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. Welcome you once again on Trending Stories. Nigerian political space has been awashed with quite a whole lot of drama, going on within the political space. And all this drama is geared towards the 2027 general election. So, but for me, I think it's quite good for the democratic process, because when a lot of gladiators join the political race, you're going to strengthen, the kind of politics that's going to play, at that time. So recently we saw a whole lot of captions, coming out from, the media space, talking about former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan joining the race for the 2027 general election. However, I have not seen him personally declare his ambition, for the 2027 general election. But there have been quite a whole lot of speculation, coming out from, the social media space and even on the news and print media, that he has intention to contest. Don't forget that President Jonathan was, on the ticket of President Mohammadu Buhari, who passed on, during within the first 2 years of his administration. He passed on, and President Jonathan, being the vice president, was sworn in, as the president, and then he finished the remaining 2 years and contested by himself, for the 2011 general election, which he won and served for another term of 4 years. So I don't know. There have been a lot of comments, coming out from different quarters, saying that by Nigerian constitution you have to be sworn in 2 times, right? Which is first 4 years, and if you win the second term of another 4 years, which is maximum of 8 years. So you'll be sworn in twice. Some are saying, oh, that Jonathan was sworn in to finish the remaining 2 years of Yaradua when he died. So he was sworn in as the president, which is one oath. And then he was sworn in again in 2011 when he won on his own, all right, which is twice, so that he has satisfied the constitution, that he's no more eligible to contest. While another school of thought is saying, no, he finished, Yaradua's tenure, that one cannot be counted, that he has, served for his own first 4 term, that he still have another 4 years. All these ones are for the court to decide and to sort out. But I don't know, looking at the judicial setting these days and the way the APC being in government, I don't know what the outcome of that kind of judgment is going to be from the court. Because many Nigerians have lost hope, in the court, which they told us was the hope of the common man. But let's keep that, by the side. But the fact is that I don't know people who are, kind of trying to, pushing the former President Goodluck Jonathan into the race. I don't know. But I think that President Jonathan should be more wiser than these whole, schemes. Because if you recall, in 2014, dovetailing to the 2015 general election, quite a whole lot happened. Yes, during his time, the economy was good. There was still subsidy, going on in the petroleum sector, and so on and so forth. But the only thing people have against him then was that there's quite a whole lot of corruption at that time. But having said that, Nigeria, corruption can never cease just like that. It's going to take quite a whole lot of time before it will even go down, not talking about season, because it's been entrenched in the system. That's how bad it is. Yes, I'm going to tell you that. It's been entrenched in the system. It's not just about politicians. It's also about the civil servants, in the system. So in America, they call them the deep states, right? So in Nigeria, they have the cabal, they have the politicians and the rest of them. So all these things are there. But the point is, which president will have the courage to confront these monsters headlong? That is what Nigerians should look for. Buhari has come in, he couldn't do much. People thought that he's the one that will cleanse the system. But as soon as his health comes upon him, everything goes south. So APC is there again. President Bola Tinubu is there. The corruption is still going on daily basis. So the issue is immense. Who gonna bail the cat? So, but my point is, I just want to kind of share my views on this whole, brouhaha that Jonathan is joining the race and all that and all that. But for me, I can tell you the people I know that are declared interest to contest. P2B is one, Atiku Abubakar is two, Rotimi Amechi is three, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is four. These are the four key people we know for now. I know other parties will have their own people, will come out from all these other smaller parties, but these are the four key people who we know are already on board for this stuff. So Jonathan has not declared his interest anyways. So, but if you look at Jonathan's tenure, 2011 to 2014, right? That is to 2015. Yeah. So you will see that the economy was doing well. He did partial removal of subsidy and did SHOPE, all right, subsidy investment and empowerment scheme, right? And the empowerment program, SHOPE. He did it then, which helped, many rural dwellers and strengthened the, primary healthcare centers, with qualified midwives and all that. So he did quite a whole lot then at that time. But the fact is that what is happening today is not what was there then. Things are becoming more sophisticated now. And when he was contesting for the 2015 election, general election, something happened. He had people around him, but he never knew they are hypocrites. He never knew they are sycophants. He threw money everywhere for him to win the re-election. These guys collected the money and disappeared. Nobody helped him. They dumped him at the field. So if he coined from that experience he had in 2015 general election and the build up to that election, he will understand that even with his power of incumbency, he could not return in 2015. Is it now that he will return? No, he cannot. With President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the steering wheel now, and knowing who he is as a godfather, and understanding how he has plugged people in different areas of the country, it will be difficult to take that bottle from his hand. So, how does Jonathan think that he has the chance in 2027 election? He has the right to contest if the constitution allows him. There's no problem about that. But coming in to come and rubbish the legacy he has built when he was, president in 2011 and 2015, plus his 2 years with Yaradua, he will rubbish that legacy. At least today, people held him in high esteem. In fact, he is a global figure. He has been in different peace meetings, peace tours, different ambassador for this and that across the globe. He should maintain that status quo. He should not bother to come back. Otherwise, they will disgrace him and rubbish him that the little respect he has and the little legacy he has built, they will tarnish it completely. So at that time, he did a lot of Alamajeri school in the north with the intention, to get hold of the northern states, but it didn't work for him. Why? Because they don't want him to come back. And that was it. Is it today that we want him? And secondly, which party is he going to? PDP. PDP is the one wooing him to come in. That they're going to give him ticket, right? Who is PDP? That's the question you ask. As far as I'm concerned today, PDP is not in the scheme of things when it comes to political parties. They have lost that relevance. They have lost that capacity. As I speak to you today, about 40 to 50% of PDP members are already in ADC. They are joining ADC already. Go and check the ADC. Who are the people in ADC? It's PDP members. It's majorly from PDP. They are the people forming the coalition in ADC. So how many people will now remain in the PDP itself? That is the question. And they told us that politics is all about personal interest. So at this point, everybody is looking for their personal interest. So then, even if it's PDP, the another question is, which faction of PDP? There is Wike faction, and there is the Damagu, the chairman. There are two different factions of PDP. You can see how they are fighting for who is the national secretary. Some groups say it's not the Anyanwu person, and the other group says it's this other person. So there's two factions already. So which faction is giving him the ticket? That is the question. And how powerful is that faction? Even in the whole country, PDP have less governors now compared to APC. So it's as if the table turned. So APC is now in the position PDP were then, and PDP is now back to the position other smaller parties at that time were. That's just the situation today. So as far as the crisis in PDP is still there, anybody that is going into PDP to contest election is wasting his or her time, especially for office of the president. That's the truth. So most PDP people have seen that the crisis in PDP cannot be resolved. That's why almost all the members were moving to ADC. The day the national secretary was unveiled, David Mark and his team, Rauf Aleboshora and their Bolaji Abdullahi, the National Publicity Secretary. The day they were unveiled, if you go and watch that clip, you will see that virtually every PDP members are there. They are there. So they are going for the coalition. So only few people will remain in the main PDP. Remember, there is PDAPC before, right? And there is G5 governors in the APC. So there are a lot of different subgroups in the PDP at that time. So which group will Jonathan become their flag bearer? The same PDP is willing P2B to go. And I've told P2B, if you step your feet back to PDP, forget it. I know you may think that you can easily get tickets there, but the credibility is no more there. The structure is no more there. So what is the impact of PDP in the 2023 general election? Even two of their governors have left. Akwa Ibom and Delta have left to join APC, right? And they are winning many more people to come in. They are winning Osun governor, but he said he's not going. We don't know until the last day. That's when you know, because politicians cannot be trusted. Most of them, their words are not their bond. So for Jonathan to decide to mingle into this race, that will be the worst thing he will do for himself. Sit back at home, be an elder statesman, and advise those who are trying to contest based on your experience as a former president. You have done 6 years already as a president. So what else are you looking for? You don't need it. Just like Obasanjo is there doing elder statesman. You consult him, he advise you, he pray for you, you go. The next party will come. That's what you should be doing. All right? So don't bother to come into this race. Just keep the credibility you already have for handing over to another democratically elected government, for conceding defeat and stuff like that. That is the identity you carry. Just like Abdul Salam was recognized when he handed over government to democratically elected leadership in 1999. He was held in high esteem for fixing that calendar, did the election and hand over power like he promised. So that's why today the man is still relevant in the country, because he did what is right. All right? So don't bother. It's an advice. You have right. If you want to uphold your right, it's for you. But it's an advice. Seeing what is going on in the political space. The seat is very hot. And Bola Tinubu is not ready to relinquish power to anybody. So, and I've said it over and over again, that the only way to unseat Bola Tinubu is if they form genuine alliance and bring out the people's choice to be the candidate of that party. Right? The people's choice, not imposing people on imposing a candidate on the people. No. Bring the people's choice, somebody that commands the people, somebody that people follow. Then they will vote in block for that person. You do proper electoral reform to put in things that will checkmate rigging, like electronic transmission of result from polling booth, each polling unit, right? Make IREV to be electronic collation center. So as soon as they are uploading, IREV is calculating. People are seeing the result as they come in. So that at the end of the day, INEC doesn't need paper to read the result. They will read the result from the IREV as soon as the whole states have been uploaded. And nobody will go to court. That's what it is. There is an election in America, right? In 2024, which Trump won. Did anybody go to court? No. Why? I was following the result. I was watching the result as it was coming up from AP, Associated Press. Then you'll be seeing the result. Senate result is coming. You'll be seeing result as they are coming in real time. I think in South Africa they had the same thing. Did they go to court? So why is it that every election cycle in Nigeria, people will always end up in court? Because they don't trust the system. They don't believe the system. That is the reason. So even the judiciary now, they don't even trust the judiciary anymore. So for me, I think that PDP, if I were PDP, I will rebrand the party. How? I don't mind even change the name of the party to something else. And then whosoever is the cancer in PDP, get rid of them. Start all over afresh. And then you start building, even if you don't win in 2027, by 2031, you must have consolidated your rebranding, and then you'll be able to make more impact. But the way PDP is structured now, with the factions, with Wike, and all this, it will not work. Anybody going there to contest election is just going there to be in the ballot paper, not to win election. And that is the truth. So the only force I'm seeing now is ADC, and if P2B is remaining in Labour Party, that's when there can be some other party. Apart from that, then ADC is just the force. But the problem maybe ADC we have is if they don't have genuine and honest primary to choose who will be able to flag the party, flag. That's why they have problem. So if I were them, since there are just 3 people from that party now that is running, P2B, Atiku, and Amechi, They can sit down and talk to themselves and choose one out of themselves and present the person to the party and say, hey, since it's only 3 of us, we have decided that Peter Obi should go. We will support him. At least let the thing come to the party first. By 2031, it goes to the north, right? And then the northern states will choose who they want. And then they go. So they can do it if they are matured enough and their interest is for the interest of Nigeria. They can decide and say, no, it's Amechi that will go for us. It's up to them. They can decide, oh, it's Atiku that will go for us. It's up to them. But the fact is that if they are doing primaries, open primaries, they must block every sharing of dollars. Otherwise, they will not get that result. And if they miss to get, someone in that party who the people will rally around, and they impose somebody because he brought the highest money and bought the presidential candidate ticket with his money, the citizen will dump them. In fact, that day they will even come and vote. APC will write their result and declare themselves winner. Because people are tired of coming and queue for hours, and at the end, their vote won't count, and they still give them who they don't want. They are tired of that. So we need to be learning lessons in things that have happened in the past. This 2027 is not about me. It should be about Nigeria. It should be about rescuing the country. It should be about doing more than Tinubu is doing today. That's what it should be. So when they are choosing candidates, they should choose candidates who can drive this agenda home, who can achieve this goal. So we have seen people, because Peter Obi said, oh, he will do 4 years. Immediately he finished saying it, Amechi came out also and said, oh, he too will do 4 years, since now he's for the South, so that the power returns to the North. That's fine. That's fine. But the fact is that it's not an issue of about 4 years. It's an issue of who will make that impact within that 4 years for the South before power goes to the North. And they know the truth, but they will not do the truth. They will not. They will continue to do what they are used to doing the wrong things and waiting for the right result. So, but I don't know. Another major problem Nigeria has is the delegate system. How can 774 people determine who become a candidate of the party to govern 200 and something million? How many percent is that? This delegate system, they need to look into it, because they are the major problem of every political party. Internal democracy has died in Nigerian political system. So when delegates go there to nominate a candidate or vote for a candidate, an aspirant to become a candidate, what happens? They collect dollars. The moment they collect dollars, $30,000 or $40,000, whatever dollars they give to them, they will vote the person that gave them the money, not the person that have the capacity, the competence, the character, the integrity, the compassion, the empathy to run the office. So they are the first point of problem. So by the time they bring in this person as the candidate, nobody has choice. Everybody will follow the person. At the end of the day, he wins. He doesn't know his right from left. He can't read budget figure. He cannot even attract foreign investor. He cannot do anything because he doesn't understand what to do, because he spent the highest amount of dollars that day. Then the person that have that capacity, most of them don't have that money to spend. Even those that have may not have that conscience to buy people to vote for them. That is the problem. How can we do the nomination or electing the party's candidate to become money-free, bagless, whatever you may call it, to become something that they will elect credible person? Look at Nigeria today. Look, what is the FDI, foreign direct investment? Nobody is coming. The moment this government of President Bola Tinubu came on board and declared subsidy is gone, remove subsidy on everything, no plan to cushion it, nothing, devalue the naira and all that, what happened? Business is shut down, including international business, including local businesses. They are shutting down and exiting the country. Why? They can't survive. The country doesn't have direction. What is the implication today? No job, no employment. Where are they going to be employed? The people have closed down and left. So, manufacturers, they are shutting down. They can't afford diesel because there's no power. Their raw materials are imported, and the value of naira to dollar has skyrocketed. To some point, it was about 1,000, close to 1,900, naira per dollar, till it fell down to juggling around 1.5 and 1.6 now to buy a dollar, and you have to import your raw materials. So you saw the implications. And they are telling you to be patient, 2 years has gone. You are still patient. 4 years will soon go. They will not tell you it's in the next 4 years that the impact will be felt. You should give them another tenor. You will continue to be patient until your patient eats you up. So the point remains that Nigeria need an urgent person that knows exactly what to do to start from day one. Look at President Trump. a campaign that mentioned what to do from day one. And on day one, he signed all those executive orders as he said, and things began to turn to the right direction. In some cases, look at the border. Today, go and check how many people came into the border. You had 0, you had 20, you had compared to millions before. He knows what to do. He came in immediately, he started hitting the ground running. So, are we talking about foreign direct investment? He has ushered in trillions of dollars with less than just 6 months or thereabout. And he did not travel anywhere. He sat in his office and in his house in Mar-a-Lago. And the foreign investments that were coming in. But our own country, they have traveled everywhere, brought what? Nothing. Why? The local investment that is there, they have destroyed them all. Go and landmark a beach and resort. They will tell you what they went through before they moved to Enugu now to revamp Nike Resort hotel in Enugu. So when you look at all these things, many demolition businesses and demolished, and the other day P2B is crying on behalf of his brother how his business was taken by someone else, and the judiciary is there till today. So when all these things are happening, are we talking about level of insecurity? No foreigner will come to our country when they are not secure. So we need to do the needful, the right things first before you're talking about what? Investment. Look at the countries of the world where we Nigerians are traveling to. They really invite us. We on our own find our visa to go there. Why? Because we feel the country is safer, the country has infrastructure, the country can give us opportunity to thrive. That's why we left our own to go there in the first place. So if our own is good like their own, do you think we will go? I don't think so. People will not go. So the things we're supposed to contribute back home, we are contributing it in that country. And that's how we are, being opportune to thrive. It is what it is. So guys, I think it's going to be a wrong choice, wrong decision for President Jonathan to jump into this race. To beat Tinubu, it's not going to be a child's play. That's the truth. So it's better he keep his credibility, keep his personality, keep everything he has achieved at that time. Let him not come out to rubbish it. You have been there before. You have done that. You have seen that. You have done everything. You have been in the position before. So what's new? What's the point? For me, that's an advice. So I don't know, but like I always say, he has his right. He has to decide whatever he wants to do for himself. Nobody gonna stop him. But the way they didn't rally around him before, that's the same way they will not rally around him today. With the hardship in the country, they are waiting for who will share the highest money. It is what it is. Everybody is looking out for himself or herself, and that's the truth. So it will be difficult for people to elect a credible person because there's religion, there's bigotry, there's ethnicity, and there's tribe in Nigerian political dimension. So all these things are affecting people in making the right decision. They know that this is the right person, but because it's not from his religion, it's not from his tribe, it's not from his ethnicity, they will not vote for the person. So that is what it is. And tomorrow, they will continue to complain, they will continue to do hunger protests, and so on and so forth, and be begging for urgent 2K. But they will not do the right thing. You see, I keep emphasizing this. When you don't do the right thing, you will always get the wrong result. It's garbage in and garbage out. People should right now be holding INEC accountable, holding National Assembly accountable to carry out the electoral reform. All these things, I'm contesting, I'll be the candidate, ADC coalition, all these, they are irrelevant for now. The major thing is to do electoral reform. When you have done the reform and you can see that the electoral process will be credible, if you are not coming out to contest, it will not make sense. That even if you not contest, even if you lose, you beat your chest that yet the system worked, but you lost. You will go home. That's what it is. That's what the system does. So, but the way our own works, it works in opposite direction. And that is why it is saddening. I've witnessed an election in America, and you can predict. That's why you see them doing all these polls. And that post, no matter how manipulative it may be, but it's giving some sense of, reasoning that this can go this way or that way. And so because the process is working. Then they are working every day to strengthen it and make it more better. So if they can amend the law, make it 1 term or 5 years, that's perfect. So that all this re-election, something will stop. Government should focus on governance. You can see today, APC is focusing on 2027 election. Where is the governance? They break law at will. The constitution says if you are traveling to spend how many days beyond the stipulated days, constitution, hand over power, they will not. Because they don't even trust the vice that is with them. That's what you see. They don't hand over power, even when they stay longer than what the constitution says. They rather go, come back today, jet out again next week, just to break, that number that constitution has mentioned, because he's afraid of handing power to his vice. We saw it during Buhari. The moment he handed over to Osibanjo shined for 3 months. He was in the hospital. By the time he came back, they amputated Osibanjo, took away everything under his purview. The only thing Osibanjo has was the only thing that is statutory to him, to his office. They took away social investment program from his office, moved it to this humanitarian and all that. So they only left for him only the thing that is by law, like the BPE, Bureau of Public Enterprises, that is under is the chairman. It's only those things they left for him. So they don't even trust the advice. So why are you taking the person's advice? That's how bad Nigerian political space has become. Well, I don't know. If Jonathan feels he can do this thing at his age, well, I wish him all the best. But coming into the race is #1 bad decision. And joining PDP for that same journey is the second worst decision you will ever make. You may get the ticket on a platter of gold, but you are not going anywhere. So what's the point that a former president came out, contested, and got 500,000 votes or 1 million votes across the whole country? That is ridiculous. So don't bother. You have done your bit at your time. Your records are there for you and others. So don't spoil that record. That's my honest advice to you. For now, it's just speculative that Jonathan is contesting. I've not seen him anywhere declare his intention to contest. So that's what it is. So we leave it at that. Very speculative indeed. So guys, my comment section is open for you. Please kindly drop your comment on this issue of Jonathan joining the race. And what do you think that he should do? Do you think he should contest? Do you think if he contests, he will win? Or do you think he should just let it be and maintain his legacy and the things he has achieved when he was there? Let's hear from you. Let's hear your view on this whole thing. So guys, if you are new to this channel, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on the notification bell so that when my next new video drops, you'll be among those to be notified. I'm gonna say thank you to those who are already subscribed already. You are supporting my work. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna see you in my next video. All right, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. See ya.